Finally.
It's about time I figured out what the problem was. Sorry about that. For some reason, YouTube decided to change my live stream key to the one I used for an older live stream, and I didn't notice right away. But I should be fine now. So, yeah. I'm going to give it a minute. A quick introduction about this live stream. This was actually something I had planned that I was going to do immediately after the 12 days of death, but as you know, my laptop charger, it crapped out during December, and I wasn't able to charge my laptop, and I had to use my Switch controller cord as a substitute, but it wasn't strong enough for me to do stuff on my computer while it charges at the same time. And my laptop is powerful. Like, it's so powerful, it'll burn through my laptop battery in about a couple hours. So I could barely do anything. And that's why a lot of slow stuff started happening and why it's taken me forever to get certain videos out. But I just got my new charger today, so I wanted to do this live stream because it was something I had planned. I'm not sure why it's echoing. I'm still using my new mic. Hopefully that's just a temporary glitch and it doesn't stay that way. Let me check my audio. Yep, everything's working fine on my end, so I'm not sure what that echo is about. Hopefully it'll go away pretty quickly. Why do I need to check my video resolution? I'm just using a still image this time. But yeah, I wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about Death Battle, the 12 Days of Death, and my thoughts, because I have been teasing possibly being done with these morons. But on the other hand, I realized if it wasn't for these idiots, my channel probably would have gotten nowhere, because I pretty much got off the ground making videos about these guys. So on one hand, they are idiots that drive me crazy, but they're sentimental idiots that inadvertently helped out my channel. But yeah, looking back at some of these older death battles while doing this and the top 10 worst death battles, Jesus Christ, these guys have gotten so much more worse than when I started. Holy shit, like I recently had to rewatch Tracer vs. Scout, and I can see why so many people were pissed off at that. I really do. The only reason I never complained about that death battle is because I don't know anything about Team Fortress. I don't play Team Fortress, and anybody who knows me knows that I fucking hate Overwatch. So I didn't feel comfortable speaking on something I didn't have a lot of knowledge on or cared about, but I watched some videos and I did a little bit of research, and yeah, that death battle is fucked. Like, I won't try to spoil too much because I do go into detail about it in the top 10 worst death battles, but it is completely fucking fucked. Like, here's one thing they did that made no sense. They intentionally limited Scout's arsenal for no reason. They only gave him his pistol, his shotgun, and his bat, and they give no explanation for why they do this. Like, he had more weapons, something I didn't know about, because again, I don't play Team Fortress, but people who do play Team Fortress pointed this out to me, that Scout has more weapons, and they don't give them to him. It's like Cloud versus Link, but worse, because at least with there they had a justifiable reason for not giving Link all his gear, because Cloud wouldn't have a chance otherwise. So at least there they kind of had an excuse. Here they don't even bother to explain it. And just, wow, like, I don't know what to do with these guys, because on one hand they drive me up the wall, but on the other hand, I do kind of enjoy talking about these morons. But Jesus Christ, they are so fucking bad. Like, even though most of my anger in the Naruto vs. Ichigo review was kind of like my usual overhype, exaggerated anger for entertainment purposes, that was a painful death battle to get through and research for, because almost everything they said, like, I know I joked about this in the video, but it only took like 15 seconds for that entire death battle to collapse in on itself, and there was a whole lot more I could have said about that death battle. I could have gone on for much longer because it's so bad. Like, nothing, I can't comprehend like how they came to any of the conclusions that they did. Like, I went over how they said that Naruto has a better healing factor, but they don't go into any explanation as to why. Someone in my comment section pointed out how, well, there was one time when Kid Naruto and Sasuke fought that Sasuke blew a hole in Naruto's chest, and using just one tail he was able to heal this, so logically adult Naruto's healing factor would be much greater than this. I guess that's a fair point, except I would still say that Ichigo has the better healing factor because he has high speed regeneration. To put into perspective, both Aizen and Ichigo have the same healing factor. Aizen, in his final battle against Ichigo, got cut in half by the Mugetsu, then got completely obliterated, and he regenerated from that. Ichigo has that same healing factor. So it's absolutely absurd to think that even if we assume Naruto could hurt Ichigo, he would be able to regenerate from almost anything Naruto could throw at him. So it makes no sense otherwise to say that, well, Naruto has a better healing factor, but then not even bothering to explain. That's the main thing that's frustrating about it. They don't bother to explain half the shit. They also say Naruto has better training, but they don't fucking explain this. How did Naruto have better training? What was their basis for this? I couldn't even argue against those points because they gave me nothing to work with. I can't argue against something if I don't even know what their basis is. And I don't know what's causing the echoing. I'm trying to figure out what would be causing it. I'll try turning my mic down, see if that does anything. I mean, I'm mostly just going to talk about Death Battle in this, but I mean, it doesn't have to be just about it. This is just kind of a live stream I wanted to do after my big Christmas special I did. I mean, I guess I'll still answer questions, although the main theme of this stream is Death Battle. No, I never got around to playing Nightmare Creatures. Yeah, Death Battle's thinking process makes no sense. Like, I swear they intentionally lowballed Ichigo and left information out just so they can have Naruto win. Just because they realized how pissed off the Naruto fan base was at them. And they decided, okay, let's kiss up to the Naruto fans, and I guess they got what they wanted. I guess over 100,000 likes, that'll do it, right? It's so they're so shameless. Like when the trap is telling you to tone down the dick riding, you know you're in trouble. I don't know, and we probably may never know because Deadliest Warrior was unfortunately canceled and one of the people who worked on the show unfortunately died. So we'll probably never know. But I imagine they probably would have done a better job. Because they actually explained their reasons for things. Most of what they said made sense. And it's sad because you think Death Battle would be the logical evolution of what Deadliest Warrior started, but no. Because these guys are shameless and they only do what's best for profits and not what's best for entertainment. I constantly get on these guys for being lazy. Everyone always says, why are you so harsh on the sprite animation? Because whenever they do a sprite fight, spoiler, it's filler. It's completely worthless. What they do is they just have their B animation team, which is all their sprite animators, cobble something together while they have their actual A animation team working on the death battles that people actually care to see, because those things take time, so they gotta use these filler fights to fill up their stupid little schedule and buy themselves time. Rather than, you know, just simply putting in the fucking time on the death battles that people want to see and not just forcing out garbage filler that nobody cares about. Death Battle has a lot of shit they need to fix. They need to fix Naruto versus Ichigo, they need to fix Doomslayer versus Master Chief, Tracer versus Scout. They have a lot of rematches they need to do. And even then, I don't think they ever will. Because Death Battle has admitted in interviews they just don't care. They even admit that they don't care if people like me makes videos tearing them apart because from their perspective, it's just free publicity. Yeah, they're those kind of people. They kind of remind me of the reaction channels. They always just try to say, oh, well, it's free publicity, so we don't care. Yeah, wonderful, Death Battle. You're putting yourselves on the same level as reaction channels, aka the cancer of YouTube. Wonderful job, jackasses. I even opened the top 10 worst death battles with a clip from that interview where they basically just say, we don't give a shit. Like, from them, they just look at it from the perspective of a corporation. We don't fucking care about our product, we just care about how we can make money off of it. That's why I think they'll oftentimes base the winners on which is more likely to give them more likes and more views, which is why, obviously, in the case of Naruto vs. Ichigo, it made logical sense from their stupid-ass perspective to have Naruto win, because for some reason Naruto has a larger fan base. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. And another reason why I'm considering giving up on Death Battle is because it's like, it's probably just a lost cause. Like, I feel like I'm just screaming at a brick wall at this point. Like, I don't think they're ever going to change. Like, they just doubled down and made things worse. I keep constantly telling them to cut the fucking schedule, and instead they decided, we're going to change it from 3 weeks to 2 weeks. That's literally the exact opposite of what I've been telling these idiots. So it just feels like I'm wasting my time on these guys. Well, that was actually a fight people actually wanted to see, but they fucked it up. And what I find funny is Boomstick claims that Doomslayer is his favorite character that they've ever done on Death Battle, but they completely fucked Doomguy over because Doomguy should have won. Also, Doomguy has been retconned and is now the Doomslayer, so they pretty much have an obligation to do a rematch now, because in regards to their original death battle, Doomguy is technically no longer canon. He's been retconned away. So, time to start it back from the drawing board death battle. And I even tweeted at them about that. How they A, fucked it up, and B, they need to do a rematch. I don't think they will. And going back to watch Master Chief versus Doomguy, it's so bad. It is a perfect example of, if you want to see why I hate it when Death Battle does sprite animation, just watch Master Chief versus Doomguy. It's absolutely fucking pathetic how bad that shit is. And they're never going to learn their lesson, because at this point, Death Battle is just appealing to the filthy casuals, because at this point, I'm pretty sure Death Battle is aware that the Versus community hates them at this point. So they're not even trying to bother anymore. And they're just appealing to the filthy casuals that unfortunately don't know any better, because they don't do power scaling. They don't fucking care. As long as Death Battle shows them some fancy numbers or pulls some bullshit out of their ass that sounds smart, they will buy it. I mean, after the top 10 worst death battles, I don't know what I'm going to do with these guys, because I saw what the next death battle is. Miles versus what's-his-fuck, and I immediately wanted to strangle these two to death again. Because what the fuck is the reason for doing this death battle? I can assure you no one was asking for Miles to fight Shockwave or whatever the hell his name is, because I guarantee you most people don't even know who the fuck he is. Sure, comic book fans might know who he is, but I guarantee you most average people who would request these death battles, they don't know who the fuck he is. Like freaking Deku would have been the more logical choice, and even Deku versus Miles is just as bad. Like, I don't know what their thought process is. This is most likely just filler. That's probably what it's going to be, just another filler death battle that nobody gives half a shit about. It's so fucking bad. I don't even want to review it. If I do decide to stick around after the top 10 worst death battles, I'm not going to waste my time on this one. Because I don't think there were a lot of people asking for Miles to fight Static Shock. And even then, what is even the excuse for why they should fight? One of my friends made a joke that they're both black superheroes, so have them fight. If that actually is the reason, the death battle is far more stupid than I could have possibly comprehended. Like I check up on the death battle requests every once in a while, and I don't remember seeing anyone saying, oh yeah, have Miles fight Static Shock. I want to say this is a trendy death battle, but Into the Spider-Verse came out a while ago, so I don't know what the reason is for this at this point. I have to assume it's just filler for an actual death battle that people care about, because death battle is so fucking stupid. My thoughts on the new Smash Bros. Characters is this: stop putting Fire Emblem characters in Smash Bros. It's fucking annoying. Like, yeah, we get it. Fire Emblem finally blew up in the West. Now, can you stop shoving Fire Emblem characters in here? Because they added another Fire Emblem character. I don't know why. I get that Fire Emblem fans will be happy about this, but it just seems like a waste of space for me to keep putting all these Fire Emblem characters in there. And as for Joker, I don't play Persona, so I don't know. If I could, I would, because I don't understand, like, why put so many Fire Emblem characters in there. I think there's like 5 or 6 in there at this point. At this point, I think there's more Fire Emblem characters than Mario characters. I don't know who Obi-Wan is going to fight, and I really don't care. They're going to put Obi-Wan against someone stupid, and it's going to piss me off. I have no clue who it's going to be, but knowing Death Battle, it's going to be stupid. I can't imagine like who they would possibly put him against. I mean, I could look up the requests, but Death Battle can sometimes be both predictable and unpredictable, if that makes any sense. I mean, I saw Might Guy versus All Might, and I can't help but to think, what a waste of perfectly good 3D animation. Because the fight looked amazing, but one thing that kept pissing me off throughout that episode was it honestly felt like Death Battle was fucking baiting me with how many times they kept bringing up Naruto versus Ichigo. Like, all I could think is, are you trying to bait me, Death Battle? Because they should not ever link to that for information, because they got no information right. Not only did they screw up the Bleach side, but they fucked up on the Naruto side by saying, oh, Kaguya is not a planet-level threat. Bitch, it explains in the data book that she is planet level. What the fuck are you morons talking about? I'm pretty sure it's explained that the Genesis dimension has a fucking planet inside of it, and she can destroy this dimension, thus destroying the planet.
That door was open. That door is open. Is there any more doors that you want to leave open?
Oh, believe me, I could absolutely do that, because Yang vs. Tifa I ranted for almost 40 minutes on another video about.
Already. Yang vs. Tifa was one of the clear signs that Death Battle is past the point of no return. I can't even fathom to wonder what the fuck their thought process was on Yang vs. Tifa.
Like, it's such an obvious one-shot, yet Death Battle tries everything in their power to make it work. Like, I've explained this before, but the RWBY universe is not powerful at all. The strongest RWBY characters are about as powerful as early series Naruto characters, and that's being extremely generous. Like, at least with Whis versus Mitsuru, they were fucking honest about the fact that Mitsuru was too powerful. Well, that's what happens when you get involved with corporations. It becomes much more about corporate profits than actually putting out a good product. Yes, it was their best video. I mean, what's funny is I want to say WWE is doing the same thing, but even WWE isn't doing what's best for profits because their profits are fucking tanking. Everything they do actively works against their profits.
I mean, at least with Death Battle, even though Death Battle technically sucks and they lie all the time, they're still successful.
That's the sad part about it. You could look at their videos. They average 2 to 3 million views, even some of their more terrible ones. So clearly, what Death Battle's doing is working. Yes, unfortunately, RWBY was made by the company that is... What happened was apparently Rooster Teeth at some point either bought Screw Attack, they changed now, they're no longer Screw Attack anymore, but they either bought their little company or merged with them, so technically Death Battle is a part of Rooster Teeth, and I guess the idea of having Yang lose wasn't what was best for the show, I guess. Because it would make the RWBY characters look weak and pathetic. Yeah, put the girl who can fight someone who can casually nuke a fucking solar system against a girl that could barely take on a bitch with an umbrella. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. It's already muted, so I don't know what's causing the echo at this point. Maybe, but who the hell knows? I mean, there is some speculation that it was nothing but an advertisement for RWBY, because the RWBY advertisements were way too blatant. Like, it's hard to say who they fucked over harder, Ichigo or Tifa, because they really fucked both those characters pretty hard.
You know what, I'm honestly surprised Death Battle hasn't been jumping aboard the let's try to put out a PC message like with what WWE has been doing lately. And I gave up on WWE, and I'm probably gonna soon give up on these idiots. Because I've come to realize they're never gonna fucking change. I mean, if I do keep making videos about them, it's only because, well, Death Battle may not listen to me, but my fans do, and the Versus community loves it, because part of the reason why my channel took off was I had that reputation in the Versus community as being that guy that tore Death Battle a new asshole. And that reputation certainly did help. I don't even want to think about what they will do to Aizen. They would probably lowball Aizen even worse. I swear, if they ever do Madara... Shit. How is YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth... I hate you so much, YouTube. I really do fucking hate you. Nothing, I just got a message on my stream thing saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming experience. The strongest legendary Pokemon? That's easy. Arceus. I mean, he is the one who literally created the entire known Pokemon universe. Mewtwo Strikes Back, I would say that movie is pretty much a classic at this point. I was gonna say that I know they're gonna love shit out of Aizen given how they treated Ichigo. Well, Raditz is about as strong as some of the most powerful Naruto and Bleach characters. So, yeah, Raditz is pretty fucking powerful. I mean, yeah, sure, he's fodder within his own universe, but compared to other universes, he could really fuck shit up. So, yeah. And yeah, in regards to Aizen, like first off, here's the issue with doing Madara versus Aizen. It's kind of already been done before. YouTubers Set the Programmer and Clyde the Weeaboo, yeah, they already did the debate between Aizen versus Madara, and spoiler alert, Aizen wins. And Set the Programmer is a pretty infamous Naruto tard, so I think it stands to reason if even Seth admits, yeah, Madara dies, chances are he probably does. And they explained pretty well why Madara would lose against Aizen. They explained that the only way Madara would be able to beat him is he would need to be bloodlusted, and he would need to just basically go all out immediately, because once Aizen gets him under Kyoka Suigetsu, it's game over. And even if he doesn't, Aizen is too intelligent, too sly, too slippery in his snake-like tactics, as Seth put it, and he would just absolutely pick Madara apart. Because Madara's biggest weakness is his arrogance. He would allow Aizen to fight at his full power, which is the dumbest thing you could do. When you kill Aizen, you need to kill him in a matter of seconds. Sorry about the sudden change. I don't know if you can see, but I had to quickly switch over. I think I figured out what was causing the problem, so I had to improvise some gameplay real quick, so I pulled up Demonophobia. Although from what I see, it doesn't look like it's popping up, so I don't know. What the? Ah, crap. Shit. Oh, I know, but that's mostly because, again, he became one with Kyoka Suigetsu. All you have to do is look at him. Even if Madara could put Aizen under Genjutsu, he wouldn't even have the chance. As soon as he looked at Aizen, it would be game over. That's the problem with Aizen. He's too fucking powerful due to becoming one with Kyoka Suigetsu. Unless you're highly resistant to mind manipulation, you're not going to have that much of a chance. And even if you could, Aizen is about as powerful as Ichigo. So good fucking luck. Yes, Aizen does scale to Ichigo, who is multi-planet level. If you remember in the video, I explained... What was explained in the video was... Ichigo, just Hollow Ichigo, wrecked multiple layers of hell, which is a multi-planetary feat. Each layer of hell would be planetary. And he destroyed multiple layers of hell. And it was even stated by the head captain that if Hollow Ichigo was ever to go on a rampage ever again, it would threaten to destroy his entire world, along with hell itself. So if Uryu did not stop Hollow Ichigo, all of hell would have been destroyed and Earth in the process. So Hollow Ichigo can casually wreck multiple planets with ease, and this isn't even, and this is just Hollow Ichigo, this isn't even Ichigo at his most powerful. This isn't true Bankai Ichigo or Ichigo when he fuses all his powers together. So Ichigo is likely far more powerful. Solar System, there's no evidence though for Ichigo being Solar System. I don't know where that comes from. Ichigo is not Solar System level, that just comes from Bleach wankers. I don't know where they get that from. I mean, I think they get it from the Black Coffin. Yeah, that's not Solar System level. The Black Coffin is wanked. However, Madara is less than Ichigo, who is moon to planet level. I'm pretty sure Madara would barely even be able to fight Master Roshi. And guess what? Ichigo could easily fuck up Master Roshi. Byakuya is a perfectly fine character. I do think, though, that throughout the majority of the series, he starts out a little bit on the broken side. And it's like, well, shit, this character's fucked because Byakuya showed up. I remember how badly he embarrassed the 7th Espada. I mean, I know Zomori is not very powerful, but Jesus Christ. Zomori never even had a chance against Byakuya. Although I was annoyed by the Byakuya fanboys. Oh great, now the chat doesn't want to cooperate. I wonder if I picked a bad day to do a live stream because YouTube is doing its thing. I need to find a new place to do streams because YouTube is clearly not viable for this. I swear I'm so sick and tired of YouTube shit. I don't even know what to do to fix these problems, because I don't even know what the problem is. YouTube is not very clear. I got rid of the image, but it's still there, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. I hate you so much, YouTube. God.